Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready to dig into some seriously cool strategies?
Let's do it.
Today, we're tackling time management using this awesome material someone sent in. They're all about teaching it to others. And,
A
well,
topic we all struggle with.
right, like we know we should be managing time better, but actually doing it, totally different story.
It's true. And what I find fascinating is that there's not a single right way to do it.
Hmm.
It's about figuring out what clicks for you, or in this case, what clicks for the person you're trying to teach.
Totally. It's like finding those perfect tools, right?
Yeah.
And speaking of tools, this material lays out 5 main tips. First up, the daily schedule. And I gotta say, I have such a push and pull with schedules. I love the idea of structure, but then I get boxed in by a rigid plan.
Yeah, I get that. Think of it this way. Our brains are like muscles. They get tired from making a bunch of little decisions all day long. A schedule's like a roadmap. It helps you conserve that decision-making energy for the important stuff, like lesson planning if you're a teacher.
Makes sense. It's about being intentional, not just letting the day run away with you.
Exactly. And that reminds me of another amazing tool, the timer. Have you ever noticed how, like, a quick errand can eat up an entire
Well,
afternoon?
tell me about it. It's like my brain hears free time, and suddenly I need to clean out every drawer and cupboard in the house.
Right. Well, that's actually Parkinson's law in action. Work expands to fill the time we give it. But a timer, that puts up a healthy boundary.
So instead of an all-day marathon, it's more like short sprints of focus.
Exactly. You're not looking at the whole project, just those focused 25 minutes or whatever works for you.
Love that. Okay, so we're being intentional with our schedule using timers for focused work, but what happens when you have a million things on your plate? Where do you even start?
That brings us to tip number 3, prioritizing. Imagine this. You're teaching a time management class, but you've got grading, planning, handouts to make. It's overwhelming. That's where the Eisenhower matrix can be super helpful.
So instead of drowning in to-dos, I use this matrix to figure out what absolutely has to get done first, right? It's like
Yeah.
that saying, don't try to eat the whole elephant in one bite.
You got it. And that actually leads us perfectly into the next tip,
Yeah.
breaking down tasks. You're not eating the whole elephant, just taking it one bite at a time.
I love that visual. Big, scary tasks become so much less intimidating when you chunk them down.
It's like giving your brain a roadmap.
Right.
It knows exactly what to do and when.
Totally. Now, for the last tip, and this one feels especially important when you're teaching this stuff to others, modeling good time management. I mean, think about it. If you're always running behind but telling your students how crucial it is to be on time, your actions are sending a different message.
It's true. You've got to walk the walk. People, especially kids, pick up on what we do way more than what we say.
Absolutely. It's like all these tips we've talked about, they work best when they work together. Scheduling helps with prioritizing, timers help with breaking down tasks.
It all connects.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, the real magic happens when you discover which of these tools resonate with YU.
Exactly. So, as we wrap up this awesome and deep dive, here's a thought for you to chew on. What's one tiny change you could make today, something small but mighty that could shift how you experience time? Think about it, and we'll see you next time for another deep dive.